Welcome back, everyone. Well, 'tis the season. With Christmas just 4 days away, many of us are busy attending parties, running around, trying to wrap up everything on our to-do list. But with all the joy and fun of the holidays, there can also be stress and anxiety too. And for some people, the festive season can be a little overwhelming. Psychologist Dr. Simon Sherry joins us now to discuss managing social anxiety at this time of year. Dr. Sherry, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Is there actually more depression and social anxiety this time of year, or is it just our perception?
I think that there's a bit of a misperception around Christmas. If we were to look at major forms of mental illness, it actually looks like there's a protective effect of Christmas on these major forms of mental illness. To offer you a few examples, we see a clear decrease in the number of psychiatric services that are used over Christmas. Beyond that, we also see a marked decrease in the number of suicides over the holiday season. And we also see that people are less likely to engage in forms of self-harm over the holidays. Now here I'm talking only about major forms of mental illness. At the same time, everyday people do consistently report lower mood, feeling more stressed, more pressured, and more hassled as we go about our day-to-day lives over the holidays.
So it's those who don't have a major form of mental illness that are feeling a more minor, for lack of a better term, version of it. That social anxiety and that stress manifests itself at this time of year.
Yes.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that someone that the other 11 months of the year may be fine feeling that kind of stress at this time?
I think we need to look no further than Santa Claus. Let's take a minute.
Santa's to blame.
And examine his behavior. He's a very well-intentioned person who's highly stressed and highly pressured over Christmas. And he's wrapped up in the commercial aspects of Christmas, very focused on giving and receiving gifts. And to me, Santa's story is almost a cautionary tale. And his experience dovetails quite nicely what we seem to know from the scientific literature. Those of us who get heavily wrapped up in the consumption aspects of Christmas, who have a highly materialistic focus during Christmas, seem to report more stress and to enjoy the holidays less.
And even if it's not tied in with gifts, I know there's people that want the experience itself to be perfect, which can lead to disappointment. Do you agree with that?
I think oftentimes people around this time of year face enormous pressure to be perfect or to create the appearance of being perfect, and with that comes an awful lot of stress and anxiety.
So if you find yourself being in that place mentally where you've here we are just days away, you've put a lot of pressure on yourself just to make everyone happy, keep the family happy, just to enjoy this experience to the point where you're not enjoying it anymore, what would your advice be?
I think scientific data tells us that those who focus on family, closeness with other people, a sense of belonging, connection to others over the holiday, seem to enjoy this experience a lot more. In addition, if religion is part of your belief system, it seems like people who focus on religious activities find a lot of purpose and meaning and enjoyment in those experiences over the holidays. So rather than trying to have a perfect Christmas or a highly commercial Christmas, it seems that investing in family and traditions that make sense to you allow people to enjoy the holidays a lot more.
So maybe just kind of slow down and take it in, enjoy the experience a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Sounds like words to live by any time of year, really.
That would be true, and especially at this time of year.
Just before we run out of time, if you know someone, a family member, someone that you love that seems a little overstressed, a little overwhelmed, anything you can do to sort of help rein them in and bring them back down?
I think so. If someone is extremely distressed and you're seeing that they're having problems in their relationships or at work, it may be appropriate for them to seek help from someone like a psychologist, their physician, or another mental health professional. And I do think that seeking help is often a very important and brave first step for people.
I agree. Dr. Sherry, thank you very much. We appreciate you coming in.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you enjoy the holidays. Dr. Simon Sherry is a psychologist and professor at Dalhousie University, and we appreciate him coming in tonight.